Kyoorius Creative Awards are being backed by DNAD for the third time in a row. But what's more exciting is the fact that this year they've also decided to honor creativity par excellence in the media business. So let's get started and take a look at this year's winners. Kyoorius Creative Awards 2016, a night full of celebration, glitz and glamour, was attended by over 1,500 professionals, including CEOs, marketing heads, creative and media gurus from the advertising, digital and media industries from all over the country. And this time around as well, the awards are being held in association with DNAD, making the ceremony bigger and better with each passing year.
There's a significant change in how we have branded the Kyoorius Awards this year. It's become the Kyoorius Creative Awards instead of the Kyoorius Advertising or the Kyoorius Digital Awards. And I think one of the major reasons for that is that the entire industry is kind of blurring into one space and no longer is advertising or digital. So we said we'll call it the Kyoorius Creative Awards. And the second significant change is because media is also becoming very creative, we said we'll merge and we have media awards also as a category. So under Kyoorius Creative Awards now you have advertising, media and digital.
Within the categories of digital,
a well-kept secret and a big surprise this year was the MC, who was none other than Calvin Harris, who set the ball rolling for the grand night that was ahead.
cliche number 2, I think, why this is fantastic. It will create huge market share.
I like to do something new every year. So this was something new. I was asked by them and I said, why not? And that's how it happened. I enjoyed myself. I must say, you have that little moment of, fear just before you get on. But once you see everybody in the industry, it all comes back. So I was really happy.
The awards fever that kick-started in April with the Goa Fest went a notch higher at Kyoorius, evident by the magnified excitement and zeal we saw among the guests in attendance.
There is a standardization of jury. There is a well-selected jury.
Well, hello everyone.
There is a system which I find a lot more transparent. Balki's always been fair. I don't know what the world talks about, but I have a high regard for Balki at all points of time. And for all those who would like to believe it, Balki is a very dear friend of mine. I don't think he gave us the awards because of that.
If you look at, firstly, it starts with the approach, the look, the style, the venue. I think that's fabulous. Two, what I really like is the jury selection. So I think they've gone a step ahead by not keeping it India-focused to India-centric. So it's got a happy blend of people from overseas as well as India. So you get more of a objective viewpoint on the work you see. I think it's a great input. I'm sure it'll stay. I'm sure it'll begin to do better and better and better. And I wish all the agencies do participate. It's always that. You don't want the Olympics with half the companies not participating.
I love coming to the Creative Awards. It makes me feel like an award show. It's comparable to international awards show, well organized. We have award shows where from this industry. I mean, let's have a respectable time. That looks good, that feels good, and yeah. So I love coming over here.
And like always, the creativity versus effectiveness debate continued.
If you're creative, it better be effective. They can't be mutually exclusive. If it's effective and bad advertising, that means other elements of the product mix help, not your advertising. Good advertising, great creative advertising must convert into effectiveness.
But does the presence of multiple awards diminish the stature and relevance of the recognition one gets?
You have to look at the atmosphere out here. You have to look at the young people. It matters a lot to their self-esteem, confidence. Does it convert into business? No. Does it motivate people? Yes.
When I started off, it was very important. But now, obviously, it is good to win an award, but after a point, there's more to life than winning awards. So So I mean, it does feel good, but it's not the end of the world, and it's important to move on and keep doing work. Now, whether it wins an award or not is secondary. What you feel about it is more important, for me at least.
If you strip away the media agency of the finer and the more softer details of awards and excellence, then what we are basically engaged in is a business of commodity. As you know, that a media agency doesn't sell its own product, it sells somebody else's product. So there are, however, cases where media agencies come out with their own products on clients in terms of delivering them better ROI, delivering them better effectiveness, delivering them better engagement, and therefore it's very important that media agencies prove themselves on an awards platform, because that's the only tangible evidence of media agencies having and demonstrating their own product.
This year, the jury received a total of 1,863 entries, up by over 400 entries from last year. Of the 164 shortlisted entries, which were in-book winners, 69 were awarded Blue Elephants across the advertising, digital and media categories, and 2 entries were awarded the Kyoorius Black Elephant. Here are some pieces of work that took home the Blue Elephant.